Every September, Apple executes a predictable playbook. You get the standard, budget-friendly iPhone sitting right alongside the premium Pro models, giving you a full spectrum of options exactly when you're ready to buy. But if you are planning your next upgrade for late 2026, you are going to hit a major scheduling roadblock. Apple is splitting its release timeline. High-end devices, the Pro, Pro Max, and Fold, launch in September 2026. The standard iPhone 18 is pushed to spring 2027. This creates a gap. During the 2026 holidays, there won't be a new entry-level option available. By removing the cheaper option, Apple sets a strict new price floor for the fall. You are looking at roughly $1,199 just to get in the door with the base Pro model, which forces you into a corner. Do you pay that heavy premium to get the new hardware immediately, or do you nurse your dying battery for another 6 months until the cheaper model arrives? The fractured timeline eliminates the casual upgrade. If you buy in late 2026, you need absolute certainty that the specific, exclusive features of the Pro model are actually worth a $1,000 commitment. Evaluating the 18 Pro means looking past the brand name and focusing on the specific updates made to the physical build, the internal processor, and the camera optics. You have likely seen dozens of aggressive renders and highly speculative leaks online promising massive overhauls. We need to ignore those. The hardware reality is a series of calculated optimizations to Apple's existing systems, keeping the device firmly within the established smartphone framework. The weight of the decision rests on how much these hardware shifts actually change the way you interact with the device every day. To make an informed decision on a $1,099 purchase, we have to strip away the marketing gloss and strictly weigh the daily trade-offs of the design, the chip, and the camera. Let's start with the physical hardware. Apple is testing several finishes this year, with a deep, dark cherry emerging as the signature color for the generation. This conceptual comparison shows the primary structural update. You have a traditional segmented frame on the left, but on the right, you see the 18 Pro's approach, a unified construction where the rear glass and aluminum frame blend seamlessly together. By fusing those materials, the back of the device will feel noticeably smoother and carry a denser, more premium weight in the hand. Moving to the front, however, the real estate remains completely static. The screens will stay locked at 6.3 inches for the Pro and 6.9 inches for the Pro Max. Looking at this diagram, we see the only visible display update. The dynamic island shrinks into a narrower pill shape. Despite rumors, Face ID won't hide underneath the display. Supply chain data confirms the tech isn't ready, so the cutout stays. The net result is a couple of extra millimeters of usable screen space, leaving the day-to-day visual experience almost indistinguishable from the iPhone 17. If your primary motivation is securing a phone that looks radically different to your friends, these highly incremental exterior tweaks do not justify the cost of an upgrade. Inside the chassis, the narrative shifts completely. The 18 Pro is powered by Apple's new proprietary A20 chip. This is Apple's first processor built on a 2-nanometer architecture. Shrinking the components to 2 nanometers is a massive manufacturing leap that dictates exactly how the phone manages power and heat. This chart shows the architectural benefit. Processing speed increases slightly, but the 2-nanometer chip yields a massive spike in battery efficiency. Because the A20 wastes less energy as heat, the battery drains slower, letting you game or edit video for hours. Alongside that processor, Apple is installing their own custom C2 modem. The C2 is engineered to lock onto satellite internet, giving you network connectivity and browsing capabilities even miles away from the nearest cellular tower. Those capabilities offer incredibly high performance ceilings, but standard daily tasks like scrolling social media, navigating maps, and texting use only a fraction of that power. The 2-nanometer chip and satellite modem are engineering triumphs, but they are complete overkill if you aren't actively pushing your phone with intensive tasks like 4K rendering. That brings us to the camera system, which represents the most significant, genuinely pro hardware upgrade of the entire device. This diagram shows the variable aperture lens. The physical ring dynamically adjusts. It expands to pull in actual light, producing sharp, low-light photographs without software processing. When it contracts, it manipulates the depth of field, giving you optical control over background blur. Historically, iPhones have relied on digital algorithms, like portrait mode, to artificially guess where the subject ends and the background begins. Now, the glass itself performs the separation. The trade-off here is operator knowledge. To leverage a variable aperture, you need to understand manual photography concepts. If you only shoot in automatic point-and-shoot mode, you will rarely notice the lens working. The variable aperture successfully turns the iPhone into a legitimate tool for dedicated photographers. But for casual users just snapping quick photos of their dog, the value drops off sharply. When you compile the unified frame, the massive battery efficiency of the 2nm chip, and the mechanical camera lens, the decision ultimately rests on your current hardware. This scorecard breaks down the purchasing strategy based on what you already own. If you are currently using an iPhone 16 or 17, skip this release. The minor aesthetic tweaks and power bumps do not justify the cost of replacing a highly capable device. If your budget is tight, wait. Forcing yourself to pay the Pro Premium in late 2026 is a bad financial move when the standard, affordable iPhone 18 arrives just a few months later in spring 2027. The clear target demographic sits right here. The ideal buyer is someone using an older iPhone 12, 13, or 14 Pro whose battery struggles to hold a charge and who actively wants precise mechanical control over their photography. Keep the local financial realities in mind too. That $1,099 starting price is just the baseline. Local taxes and heavy import duties in various regions will easily push your final cost hundreds of dollars higher. The iPhone 18 Pro delivers intense efficiency and highly specialized optical hardware. But with the standard models delayed, buying in 2026 requires evaluating the device as a dedicated tool for your specific workflow, rather than just an automatic yearly purchase.